Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? I actually hit live on time and then I went to adjust something and I turned it off. Whatever. How are y'all doing today? It is Thursday. The sun is very brightly shining. I was on here at 7:30, like I said, but yeah. I want to talk today about something that was a reality for me within the last 24 hours. Never a dull moment when it comes to Andrea Mason. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning person or a returning viewer, Ninja Watch, or what have you, welcome back. I had put in Facebook schedule that I'll be doing these lives Monday through Friday, 7:30, conditions permitting, whether it's technology, weather, what have you. And then I'm going to be uploading them for replays on the YouTube. But apparently, you're not allowed to direct people to other platforms. That's what's happening now. The divide and conquer mentality. But, anyways, what happened to me yesterday was a little alarming. Now, you know that I am, if you've worked with me, worked for me, or met me, I'm very diligent, very organized, very disciplined. Now, when it comes to myself, that's a little bit different story. I kind of put other people first, making sure that everybody's taken care of. I would say I feed everybody at the table, but I don't cook, so that's not a good analogy. But I pour into others and forget myself. And the past, probably say, I don't even think it would be a year, but I would say to a year, I've been really grinding to get the content out to you guys, really narrowing down the audience, my message, my mission, and really just kind of fine tuning things. And, with all the projects that I've been working on that are coming up, it's taken a lot of my time, right? And that being said, the mornings I had to get disciplined and get back into getting engaged with you guys. But when it came to eating, that's something that I probably completely dismissed. With that, I would wake up and I would attempt to have breakfast on a daily basis, especially Monday through Friday when everybody's out of the house. And because, I usually have I used to have oatmeal all the time. Now I have like an English muffin, and juice. And that was good. That I really disciplined myself to adopt and bring back breakfast into my routine. Where I declined to stay disciplined was the midday time slots or schedule between morning and evening. I mean, I actually had to start documenting, just for my own knowledge, my eating schedule, what I've eaten during the day. And yes, I'm a nerd. I keep everything on here, and I've been logging it now since June. June 5th was the first time I logged daily what I eat, when I eat. And I've noticed over the course of time that I would eat before I disciplined getting up in the morning. Before the sun got up, I get up every morning around 6 in the morning. I would start eating, give or take, around 9 o'clock. But then I wouldn't have dinner until 6. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 9 hours. But within the past couple of months that I've been really grinding and getting ready to, I worked on my online course, which is available, my book and promotions, which is now still available since the forward and the launch with Les Brown, and, working with more content to present at webinars, speaking engagements, and so forth. And what I've noticed is I would probably say from August, I would not eat I would eat now that I've been waking up early. my meal would be around 7, but I wouldn't eat until 7 plus in the evening, 12 hours where there would be no food intake. I would have either my tea or orange juice. And the reason I'm telling you this is because sometimes we have to get out of our own head. Sometimes we don't realize the repercussions of the routines or the habits that we do until somebody points them out. And last night, I had breakfast at around 7 o'clock yesterday morning, and I was just inundated with a lot of work. My technology, I am in the process of shifting everything over because I have max upon max upon max information, and I'm working on redirecting to an external drive. Just for giggles, I have 7 Gmail accounts that are at their max capacity, and 2/3 of that capacity is videos. Luckily, a few months ago, I was able to organize my computer and laptop, and everything is organized. Now I got to get that information off my devices and into storage. Anyways, so I was really in the zone. And I usually have a regularly scheduled call with one of my favorite people on earth. And they said, hey, you know what? Tomorrow is going to be kind of hectic. I got some things to do. Would it be okay if we can reschedule another time tomorrow? I was like, yeah, sure, no worries. I looked at my schedule, was rearranging things, and then something sparked. And they said, you know what? Are you available now? And I just finished for the day. I had some evening errands to do, but for the most part, my work for the day was complete. And during that conversation, all of a sudden, my eyes were getting a little bit twitchy. Is that a word? Twitchy. My words weren't being able to be verbalized. Like, I wasn't able to complete full sentences. Then my body started trembling. Then I was getting confused. And then all of a sudden, for the first time in a long time, I started perspiring. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on. What the heck? And they know me, and they were like, well, did you eat today? And I said, yeah, I ate. And thank goodness I looked at my log, and I hadn't eaten anything 12 plus hours prior. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to take care of ourselves first and foremost. We may be so engulfed in tunnel vision in what we're doing, whether it's for others or for those check boxes, for those tasks, those achievements, that we may not realize the damage that we are doing to ourselves internally, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. The reason I say that is because the course that I was taking was, I'll just put it to the side. And I did have alarms. I learned this, I applied this when it happened before, but not to this extreme. I'm going to set alarms, I'm going to take breaks, and I am going to make every effort to stop and take care of me. It's what I coach, what I speak about, what I teach, but I wasn't applying it. And last night was very scary. I literally, I just grabbed, it was like a smorgasbord, like a hodgepodge of food. I grabbed pickles. I made a hard-boiled egg. I grabbed honey, peanut butter, just stuff to kind of get me out of this fog. And I'm not a doctor, nor are they, but we kind of came to the conclusion that my blood sugar was low. And then you step back and you're like, wait a minute, that's why I'm not able to focus. The only time I'm able to focus 100% is when I'm in the zone serving you, working with you, helping you, supporting you, promoting you, connecting with you, whatever it may be. And I was putting myself last. I'm going to address the women, but also the men who are watching. As human beings, we are taught to serve others. Religious-based, faith-based, from our upbringing, from society. Take care of others. But what they fail to tell us before you do that is to take care of you. And yesterday was a little concern for me. It was a wake up call that, you know what, you're not listening, so I'm going to step in. And the last time that happened was in 2007. I just failed, 2016. I failed to see the red flags, failed to see the real picture of what was going on. I failed to see the elephant in the room that, hey, you're grinding, you're being productive and all, but what's happening to you? What are you doing to take care of you? And I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want you to get so engulfed in anything if you're not putting yourself first. And it's a difficult adjustment to make when you are what I had a conversation yesterday, the Lone Ranger. I call it the Lone Wolf, but I was told that wasn't a positive description. And we just have to reassess ourselves. We just have to say, okay, am I taking care of me before I'm helping others? It's like that cliche analogy that they always do in airports, put your mask on before helping others. And yesterday was just a aha moment that I don't know what would have happened. I was home by myself. It was the evening. And if I didn't address it at that moment, I don't know if I would have passed out. I don't know if I would have just not been able to function, because I rarely connect with this person on an evening basis. Usually it's afternoon or morning, and I'm text frequently. But it was a sign that, hey, stop. You know, you got to take care of you. Stop. You're doing all these things, but you're forgetting about the most important person, which is you. So if you're going through some things right now, you're stressed with the world, you're upset about all the natural and weather conditions that are going on that you are literally at this moment are not able to control. Shout out to the floods over in Asia, the pollution, and all the world's conditions worldwide. I know I speak and see it from every angle when I speak to you guys on a daily basis. And even the mental, emotional, physical, spiritual battles that you're following in your mind. Remember, our mind is the most important muscle, and if we don't take care of it, it can damage us. And my mind was so zoned in these projects, in these upcoming events, in these connections that I'm preparing for the next day, getting frustrated with what I didn't have, technology, and the whole thing, that I wasn't even taking care of myself. I wasn't stopping and grabbing a water. I wasn't stopping and making sure I had nutrients and electrolytes and all the things that not only your body, but most importantly, your mind needs nourishment to function. And it really answered a lot of questions, because I would say to family and friends, I can't, when I'm not working and I'm off grid or off work hours, ask anybody who's connect with me, I cannot formulate or finish a sentence. Or they'll say something and I completely forget it. And I was dismissing it as, oh, that's how I learn. It's a difficult situation. I have to watch you do it. You watch me do it under supervision. I do it. And then finally I'm mastering it and I can be left alone. But in reality, now the veil has been lifted. I was doing it to myself because I wasn't putting myself first. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't drinking enough water. I wasn't eating at all on what I should eat. So when you look at your life and you're frustrated and you're confused and you're agitated, it's one thing to get upset at all of the variables involved, but it's another when we don't take the initiative, we don't take the opportunity to look in the mirror and look at yourself under a microscope or a magnifying glass and be like, wait a minute, what's not happening here? What am I not doing? What am I missing here? And 9 times out of 10, it has probably 99.9% of the time, it has everything to do with you, with us. That we have this great expectation for us and the ability to serve when we're left in the shadows of ourselves and we put ourselves, as I mentioned yesterday, we put ourselves at the end of the line. So take this opportunity, take this initiative, take this message from me not doing a simple task of eating throughout the day for nourishment, for electrolytes, for protein, for carbs, for the etc., whatever my body needs at that time. Take that and put it into your schedule. What is something that you're not doing for yourself that can be a game changer in how you show up, how you feel, how you present yourself, and most importantly, how you treat yourself? We can't, our health is our number one asset. We can't help anyone from the when we're in the hospital or 6 feet under, not to be dark, but it's the reality. We don't, it's just such a societal problem that we want to change. We want to help others, when in reality, the first one we have to look at is ourselves, our reflection in the mirror. But I am happy to say I was able to get renourished yesterday. I had a decent amount of sleep last night. I was tossing and turning a little bit, but I was like, do I just get the rest? But I got up, I did my morning routine, had my breakfast, got out into nature, my therapy, and I think I'm gonna kind of like really assess my care plan. You know what I mean? Because it was a little too close for comfort yesterday when I wasn't able to, especially when the perspiration came on. I was like, oh, this is not good. Oh, not good. So that's my message for today. Choose to press play, plan life according to you, and realize that in all the things in life, what matters most is our ability to be mindful of who we are, what we do, and how we can help, but making sure on every aspect, on every level, that we are 100%. And it's not easy. We get lost in translation. We get lost in the zone, especially for those type A triple personality, those go-getters, those drivers. It's one thing to be that, but you don't want to run on empty. You don't want to run on fumes, because then it's like fight or flight and ride or die. And although that's good for certain things, when you're being productive, when you're being influential, and when you have projects that are in the store, you want to be present, always 100% present. So that's my message to you guys today. Choose to press play, plan life according to you. My name is Andrea Mason, your first choice, your global voice, alumna of Les Brown, CEO of Press Play, Plan Life According to You LLC, as well as your legacy and lifestyle consultant and personal accountability coach. Check me out. Like I had mentioned, my book is available on Amazon, Victim to Victorious. My online course is Resilient and Rising. I have a Calendly link on I'll put it down in the comments that you can connect with me, and let's connect. Support, it's free. Like, share, subscribe to somebody who needs this message today. And I appreciate you, the ninja watchers, the naysayers, the non-believers, the haters, the supporters, my global tribe. I really appreciate you and I thank you. I'm truly grateful and honored to be awake today. I'm got the message and I'm going to press play life according to you. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care. One love.